Anyway, speaking of being difficult, they had a 10 tag team battle royal. And the winner, as I said, gets in the tag team title match, the 4-way at the pay-per-view, along with the champions, the Guns, former champions who used their rematch clause, the Acclaimed, and the winner of the battle royal we're going to have this week in a 4-way for no apparent reason. And again, look, when we talked about the Wrestling Observer Tag Team Awards, but look at the tag teams. Felix and Penthouse, the Jericho Appreciators, the Flunkies, not even the top guys, Dork Order, Ozzy Oldham. They flew all the way over from Australia, apparently, to get fucking thrown out of a battle royal in 4 minutes. Tony Nese and Arya Daivari, Sean's brother. Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. The Butcher and the Baker, the Puddin' Gang, and Top Flight. And again, that's not exactly a list of Demolition, Hard Foundation, Rockers, Midnight Express, Rock and Roll Express, Road Warriors, Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson, Fabulous What. And there was no introduction. They just rang the bell and all jumped in and started fighting. And this will be the most exciting battle royal we see until next week on TV when we see another one. And this fucking thing went through 2 breaks. It would not, because I was fast forwarding, because come on, seriously. If you look at the teams that I just mentioned, okay, there are people that like the Lucha Brothers. Once you've seen it, but people like that. The Jericho Appreciating Flunkies, no. The Dork Order, even if they do win, nobody thinks they're going to win the fucking belts. There should be competing for a tag team title. Ozzy Oldham, Nese and Daivari we never see on television except in positions where they're ridiculed and beaten in seconds. The Butcher and the Baker, my God, if it was going to happen, it happened 3 years ago. The Puddin' Gang, again, same thing, ditto. Top Flight, okay, a lot of people like them. They're young and upcoming. Maybe they might win. Or Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, the only 2 guys that have actually not only have major league reputations in wrestling from being on national television previously and with larger companies, but in Jay's case, one of the current best workers and all-around performers on the roster, and Jeff, obviously, as we've talked about, the most experienced and has the most knowledge. So why couldn't we just have had Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal against the Lucha Brothers or Top Flight?
Oh, that would have been good.
And get somebody over instead of this fucking fiasco. And they had Zippy the Giant Pinhead saving, Jeff from elimination, and he would catch the guys and throw them back. And, but again, literally the only serious talent in the match. Why did you need the other 7 teams if you're going to, and they put Jeff and Jay Lethal over? Because when you think about it, the Guns, the Gun Boys, the Acclaimed, whoever the fuck else out of this list, because there are no other teams, so I assume same teams are going to be in the Battle Royal next week. Who's going to lead that fucking fiasco on pay-per-view? I'm not saying that Jeff and Lethal are going to win the belts. I'm saying somebody has to be in there to make sure they don't all have a nervous breakdown. So that's probably why they did this. But again, why not have just a tag team match and get somebody over instead of everything that happens here is a mess or by heel tactics or random chance? Who got over in this? Anybody?
I skipped most of it just because the very nature of it. You look who's in the ring. Why am I supposed to care? Who's the star here? No one. No one. Not even the Young Bucks are in this match. They've got their own universe. They're in the Codyverse, doing their own thing on Rampage. I had no interest in seeing this. I don't care. You want to talk about a weak tag team division? Look at everyone in this match. And I don't care how talented someone's going to go, oh, they're so talented. Look at the way everyone's been used. Do you care about any of these tag teams? You barely care about the champions. And the people who just lost the belt lost all their heat in the last few weeks. Or not heat, maybe mojo in the last few weeks.
Yes.
So no, I didn't watch this and I didn't care. Yeah, I agree. You know what? Jared and Lethal versus Top Flight would have been great, and this crowd would have eaten it up.
Yeah, this crowd, they might have got people over the fucking rail. They were so emotional, but that would have been, and that would have, again, that's what I'm saying. If you're not going to use Jay Lethal, I don't know why they're not using Jeff and Jay as a top tag team now for the very teaching moments that I've talked about. But if you're not going to use Jay Lethal as a single in a prominent position, and you've got them teamed up, yes, them versus Top Flight not only would have torn the house down, but it would have taught those kids something. Or them, well, I'm sure the Lucha Brothers think they know what they're doing and wouldn't learn anything, and I wouldn't want to do that to Jeff and poor Jay. But nevertheless,